you. So please walk us through what is this week's item on For the Love of Cooking.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. I hope everyone woke up to a little bit of snow this morning. So what a better way to indulge in a sugary treat. So we are going to make some peanut butter cups. And so there's a couple different ways that we can go about and do this. You can use chocolate chips for your peanut butter cups, or if you have there's compound chocolate, so you can see those. Those are like those little round wafers that you can buy at the grocery store. They're called Merkins, and those are kind of a foolproof chocolate to do when you're using when you're making any kind of chocolate, but they don't taste as good. So what we can do is we can melt our dark chocolate, or if you want, you can add a little bit of milk chocolate, do kind of like a half and half kind of thing. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys have chocolate chips. Those are always really handy because we can just melt those. You can melt them in the microwave, or alternatively, we can put them in a double boiler. So what that is, it's just a pot with about an inch of water, and you're going to bring that to a simmer. Okay, and then we're going to use a heat safe bowl to go on top of our double boiler. Okay, or you can just use the microwave. Okay, so just be careful if you are using the microwave, little bits of time, like 30 seconds at a time, because chocolate burns really easily in the microwave. Okay, so I have a chocolate bar. It's a semi-sweet chocolate bar. So I've already taken the initiative here and I've already cut up some of my chocolate. So when you are cutting chocolate, especially dark chocolate, make sure you have a really good grip on your knife, because sometimes dark chocolate is quite hard, okay? So I like just to put my knife down, and then just using this part of my hand, I press on my knife, okay? And then we're gonna cut it up into small pieces so that it quickly melts, okay? But if you're using chocolate chips, then that's good too. You can put them right in the bowl and put them on your double boiler. Okay, so I'm just gonna chop this up a little bit fine, just to show you what I've done here.
So Chef, I'm seeing that many of our viewers tonight are, we have some younger viewers. So if you are using your knife or boiled water, I mean, obviously candy is for people of all ages, but certainly,
Yes.
certainly if you need to ask for help tonight, grab an adult in the house so that they can walk you through.
Absolutely. I see a lot of great faces from the past week. I'm so glad you guys could join me tonight. So fun. Okay, so I've got some chocolate chopped up here. And then I'm just going to put my chocolate into my bowl. So I'll go like this.
Chef, a question from the chat. So the question is, approximately how many cups is 16 ounces?
That's a good question. So usually I would suggest, if you're using chocolate chips, just put in the whole bag. Or 16, or because if you have leftover melted chocolate, you can always make more of the peanut butter cups. Or you can even put it out on a tray, let it harden, and then you can crackle it up and you can use it for chocolate chips and your chocolate chip cookies.
So I did a quick Google search and it looks like 16 ounces is 2 cups. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
It all just depends too on the chocolate.
Oh,
Like,
that's right, because those are fluid
2
ounces.
cups, right? Because you're going by weight. But 2 cups is a good start. Okay, everybody ready? So I'm gonna put this onto my double boiler. So the trick with chocolate, if we were going to do this the really easy way, which I think that's what we're gonna do today, is we're just gonna melt the chocolate, and then we're gonna have to keep these in the fridge because when you're using a chocolate that has cocoa butter in your ingredients, then it's like it's a pure chocolate, okay? So what happens is, when you melt pure chocolate and don't do something that we call tempering, it doesn't, the cocoa butter doesn't, the molecules in the cocoa butter don't go back together, okay? So I don't know if you guys are interested in doing some tempering today, but last time we did it, I think that people were a little bit upset on how it turned out. So why don't we'll do it the easy way today, okay?
So Chef, just a few quick comments as I'm seeing some folks join us late. So today we are making chocolate peanut butter cups, and we are just melting down our bits of chocolate, as you can see with Chef's double boiler. I also have a question of the chat. So for microwaving your chocolate chip bits, how short is short bursts?
Like 30 seconds.
30 seconds max.
Yeah. And then stir
Perfect.
after every 30 seconds. Okay, you don't want to overheat your chocolate. So you can kind of see in mine, I've got, I still have little chunks in mine. So I'm just going to have the heat from the bowl, the residual heat, and it's going to melt the rest of my chocolate. So we're just going to go the easy route today. How's everyone's chocolate coming along, okay? Good, thanks Kylie.
Always count on Kylie for the thumbs up.
It's all good. Okay. So my chocolate is looking good. Still a few little lumps in there, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that aside. So remember, if you are using a double boiler, you just want to have it on a bare simmer. So that means that it's going to be hot, but it's not going to be at a full boil. Because what can happen is that when you've got it fully boiling, the steam can come up and come in and over your bowl, okay? And chocolate and water are not friends, okay? So we want to make sure that we don't have the steam coming up over into the bowl. Okay, everybody's good? Okay, so while we've got our chocolate melted, you're gonna use a muffin tin, and then we've got some cupcake liners. So I just have some plain white ones. So these are what give it, this crinkle cut is what gives it the nice characteristic texture on the outside of our peanut butter cups. Okay. So I'm just going to put these in here. These are super easy to make. Okay. All right. So we've got our liners in our cupcake tin. Is everybody with me? Yeah? Okay. Thanks, Marie. Okay.
See a lot of busy bodies running around, guys. So Chef Laura is a professional, and we have everything set up. So don't be afraid if you need her to slow down or if you need help with anything. Just let us know. Don't want anyone falling over in their kitchen trying to keep up.
And I've done this a lot of times. So then I'm going to use a soup spoon or a big tablespoon, whatever you got. Everybody got a spoon? Everyone's poised and ready? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take about 1 spoonful and we're gonna put it into the bottom of our cup. Okay. I'm just going to do 4 for now. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut up some more chocolate, which I can do. All right, so you guys ready for the fun part? This is when you bang your tray on your counter for about maybe like a couple times, maybe 5 or 10 times. So the reason we're doing this is so that the chocolate goes all the way to the edge. Okay? So then I'm going to pop this into the fridge to set, and then we can move on to our filling. Okay, everybody good? All right. If you don't want to use a spoon, you can always use a little ice cream scoop too. That makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the fridge, or Tanya's going to put that in the fridge for me. Thank you. Okay, so keep your chocolate handy because we're going to use it again. Okay. Now for the filling, something that I like to add is crushed graham crackers. You don't have to put it in. I just find it gives a really nice crunchy taste, but you can't really taste the graham cracker. It just has a nice texture. So for our peanut butter cups, we are just using a natural smooth peanut butter. Let me move this like this so we have a little bit more room. Okay. Here we go. So we've just got our peanut butter, so half of a cup. We're just going to put this in our mixer. If you don't have a mixer, that's okay. You can use a hand mixer. It works perfectly well. If you have neither, then you can do it all by hand. Okay. And you can use almond butter if you prefer. You can use a pumpkin seed butter. Okay, so then I've also got my 1/4 cup of icing sugar with the 2 tablespoons added. So I'm just going to put that in here. It says to sift it, but you don't have to. It's okay. It's not going to make a difference here. Okay. And then I also have 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Okay. If you have salted butter, then that's fine too. Okay, so I am going to add my graham crackers, not yet, but I will be folding them in afterwards. So for those that don't have ground graham crackers, you can do it yourself. So I just have some here. These are really the good ones that you can buy for s'mores. Okay, and then you can just use a rolling pin and you can just make your own crumbs, okay?
So Chef, I got a question from the chat. So they're wondering what we're doing. So this, I know it may not look like it yet, but if I'm mistaken, this is the peanut butter filling that's going to go inside the peanut butter
Yes,
cup.
sorry, yes, this is the peanut butter filling.
No problem. So CW, if you have any other questions, I know that you had mentioned some of the things are optional, but the important thing obviously, I guess, is the peanut butter, sugar, and butter blend, is that?
Correct. Yeah, so we're just going to put it in the mixer and we're just kind of whip it up.
So the question of how do you make it? So it's, yeah, great question. So basically, so Chef is giving us some options of things that we can add,
Yep.
CW, and it basically, you don't need a mixer, but if you got butter, sugar, and peanut butter, we are looking to mix those together to make sure that we have our filling.
That's right. So you don't have to use peanut butter. If you have a nut allergy, you can always use an alternative, okay? So we just have our peanut butter, our butter, and it can be salted or unsalted, and we've got our icing sugar in here, okay? So we're just going to mix this all together. And if you want your mixture to be a little bit sweeter, you can always add a little bit more icing sugar. If you don't, then you can reduce the sugar. So it's really a matter of preference. So I'm just going to turn mine up a little bit here. So what we're doing is we're just bringing all the ingredients together and we're going to whip it up a little bit. so it's a little bit fluffy. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean my bowl.
So just a point of clarification here. So Becky's asking, so peanut butter and icing sugar mixed together would work?
Yep, correct.
Great. And for those of you who are joining us late, just seeing some late joiners, we're making chocolate peanut butter cups. And it looks like I see someone has their hand up. Emily, do you have a question for Chef? You can unmute yourself.
I just unmuted. And are we all supposed to do the cooking, or only you guys supposed to do the cooking?
If you want to follow along, Emily, you're more than welcome to work with us, or you can watch and do it later. It's
So
whatever you want to do.
Emily, so I will post the video on YouTube later. So just like our Craft Your Moon videos, they go online. And then when you have all the ingredients, you can catch up and make your chocolate peanut butter cups then. But I know that Chef Laura is already well ahead. So for now, you can just watch and enjoy.
Okay.
Oh, Olivia, I'm glad that you like cooking. Thank you so much for coming today. Okay, so here we go. Just gonna whip this up a little bit. Okay, so I think we're good. Kind of smells like peanut butter cookie in here. All right. So this is what we're looking at. So it's just like a whipped mixture. Okay. So at this point, if you want to add the graham crackers, you totally can. Another option, if you really, really like peanuts, you can add some crushed peanuts to the mix, or you can use crunchy peanut butter, or you can add some Reese's Pieces. Lots of options. Okay. So I'm going to add in maybe, let's see. Let's add in maybe 3 teaspoons here of the graham cracker for a little bit of texture. Again, this is optional. You don't have to add this in if you don't have any, or if you don't like graham crackers. Okay. And even if you want to do white chocolate, you can do white chocolate, but if you're going to do white chocolate, then I would suggest just decreasing the sugar so that they're not as sweet. Okay. Okay. So let's get our trays out of the fridge and see if it's set. Thank you. Okay, so this is perfect. So I've got, my chocolate is nice and set. Okay, so I'm going to put my peanut butter just on top. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can just do a big spoonful on top and then have it showing on the outside, the peanut butter, or you can just do a piping in the center and then cover it all with chocolate so you can't see the peanut butter layer. Okay? So I'll show you what I mean there. So I'm just going to take a spoonful of my mix. So maybe like half of a teaspoon. And so I'll just put it right in the center. Okay. If you want, you can use a piping bag.
So Chef, so with the chocolate cups, I guess you just have to put in enough chocolate that it hides all the peanut butter. Are they going to be quite thick then, right?
Well, yes and no. We're gonna do more banging on the counter.
Ah.
Okay, so everybody ready? Whoops. I'm just gonna hold mine down a bit. All right, so you can see how it kind of spreads, okay? This is if you had a rough day and you need a peanut butter cup. Okay. Everybody good? All right, so mine's kind of spread out very nicely. If yours hasn't spread, then you can also just take a spoon and just move your peanut butter around. Okay? Everybody's good? Olivia, what's that?
Those were the items, Chef, that we made on yesterday, Tuesday, for Crafternoons.
Oh,
so if anyone's
fun.
listening that has some younger family members or friends, you can join us at 3:45 on Tuesday for Crafternoons with Emily, and we make lovely little crafts for young people. I think, what did we do? There was Among Us characters on Tuesday, which were very, very popular.
Very fun, very popular.
Yeah, I just saw Olivia's eyes light up. Everyone did a great job.
Okay, so after I have my peanut butter in my cups, I'm just gonna put it back in the fridge, okay? All right. Everyone doing okay? And you can actually put lots of fun stuff on your peanut butter cups too. You can put some crushed peanuts, or you can put, let's see, what else can you put in there? You can put sprinkles. Or if you wanted to make some for Easter, you could use the colored chocolate and have it swirled on top.
I know I know that people have mentioned that there's a few gluten-free friends that attend the show. Reese's Pieces is actually one of the few candies that are gluten-free.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, the Reese's Pieces, the only ones that are not are their seasonal single pack ones, like when they do like rabbit shapes.
Right.
And then the pieces that are not individually wrapped. So they have like the bags. Yeah, I saw someone, my wife wrote into me, not pieces. So the pieces that are individually wrapped, those are gluten-free, but the ones where it's like all the little pieces loose together, I think that they use a flour thing to make sure that they don't stick together. But
Gotcha.
otherwise, all of Reese's products are gluten-free and they're very, very delicious.
Oh, that's a good tidbit. I even brought some quinoa. I was thinking that maybe we could put some puffed quinoa on top of our on our Reese's Pieces cups. I know, Mary Ellen.
We'll have to watch what
If we wanted some extra protein.
We'll have to watch Kylie's Instagram over the next few days to see how she jazzed up. She's got to do something to flex on everybody.
No pressure, Kylie.
Yeah, no pressure. So Chef, so right now we are just waiting for those to set.
Yep. And then you're just going to want to check on your chocolate just to make sure that it's still melted. So mine's starting to cool down because I've had it on the marble. So I'm just going to warm mine up very gently. Okay? Meaning I'm not going to blast it with heat. I'm just going to very gently warm it up on my water bath. And it won't take long to warm up, like maybe even like 15 seconds or so.
So I got a question that came through. So what's the advantage of using piping for the filling?
So when you're piping your mixture, it goes a lot faster. So if you have your piping bag, then you can actually just pipe over top of your chocolate. So like if you're in a piping bag, you've got your mixture in here. And then if you have your muffin tin, I'll just use this as an example. Just say your cups are in here with your chocolate, then you can just go through with your piping bag and just very quickly put in your peanut butter mixture.
I suppose it would be easier to keep the peanut butter off the edges too, if you
Yes.
wanted to have that sealed cup, right?
Absolutely. Emily, are you okay? Do you have a question? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what's up?
Did you know tomorrow's off day?
I do. What are you gonna do? Anything special?
I want to make a drawing of the off.
I think that's a great idea. Thank you for reminding us. Maybe I'll put out some food for my birds.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good idea.
So Emily, I'm going to build on that because I know that we're just on towards our next step. So what we like to do the last Wednesday of every month for the love of cooking is we cook with rescued food. So you guys might know next Wednesday is the last Wednesday of the month. So we cook with rescued food, meaning our friends and partners from Food for Life. They rescued food that is diverted from landfills. So food that was going to be going in the garbage, they give to us and we cook it into something great. It's great for the environment. So next week is a cooking with rescued food episode. We don't know yet for sure what we're going to be getting from Food for Life. We have a suspicion that it may be carrots. So we're hoping to maybe do some carrot cake or carrot muffins next week, but it's kind of hinging on the fact of whether or not that there is carrots rescued in the Halton community that farmers or grocery stores are diverting from waste, and then we'll get them and we'll turn them into something delicious. But we hope you join us next week for Cooking with Rescued Food. And as always, we post that by Monday. But
Perfect.
thank you, Emily. Great reminder.
That's always a fun challenge, is trying to figure out what to make from the box. Thanks, Tanya. Okay, so I've got my pan from the fridge. You can also put it in the freezer if you want it for a quick chill. And I can see that when I touch the top of mine, it's a little bit tacky, but it's not gonna move anywhere. Okay. All right, so again, I'm just gonna use my spoon and I'm just going to place some chocolate on top. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna put this down so I don't sound like I'm... Again, we're just gonna tap, tap, tap. Here we go. So then you can see that all the chocolate has covered the peanut butter and it's gone all the way to the edges. Okay? Perfect. All right, thanks, Tanya. And then we're gonna pop those back in the fridge, or you can put them in the freezer for a quick set. So because this chocolate isn't tempered, you'll want to keep them in the fridge, because if you keep them out on the counter and it's quite warm in your house, so most people probably have their house around 20, then they're going to get pretty soft, so they're probably going to be smeared all over. Okay.
So
Emily?
did you mean that if you keep that chocolate like outside of the fridge, that it'll get really...
The peanut butter cups, like the finished peanut butter cups, they will warm up if they're just sitting on the counter.
Oh, I see.
Best to keep them in the fridge.
Makes sense.
What?
Can we have this video for tomorrow, because I might not be able to make it today?
That's
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, no problem, Emily. So at the end of every week, so Thursday, I upload all of our videos to the Town of Oakville's virtual programs YouTube page. So if you just go on YouTube, search Town of Oakville, there's a playlist for virtual programs, and every Thursday afternoon, all the programs we do, they go right up there. And a question in the chat of, so what are we doing now? Yeah, so it sounds like the base, the filling, and the top of our chocolate cups have been completed, and now they're in the fridge so they can set. And then I guess the next part is the best part.
Yes, is the eating.
Great. So I think then that's all of the steps towards preparing your peanut butter cups. Hopefully you make more than Chef Laura, because I think there was only 4 in there. That's certainly not going to be enough for everyone at the Queen Elizabeth Park Community Center. But does anyone else have any questions before we start doing dishes? You mean CW? You mean what are we doing now? What do you mean?
We are just waiting for our peanut butter cups. They are setting in the fridge. Maybe we'll take them out and we'll see if they're ready.
Oh, a question. What type of chocolate would be best to use for this? Just came through me to the chat.
So it just really depends on your preference. I prefer semi-sweet chocolate, but you can use milk chocolate. I find milk chocolate can be a little bit too sweet when you're mixing it with the peanut butter. But if you like milk chocolate, then go for it. Okay.
Ah, perfect. Those look great.
So they just need a few more minutes still. They're still pretty soft on the top.
No problem.
So these are pretty easy, right, guys?
Oh, Becky, that's a great note. Becky, they used leftover Easter chocolate eggs because they ran out of chocolate
perfect.
chips.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea.
That is very smart.
Hopefully it was this Easter's chocolate. Barely, yeah, barely. You never know when you're going through the grocery store of when those Easter products are actually, or any seasonal products.
Here, maybe I'll do a couple little ones and then I'll show you with the piping bag too.
Sure.
All right, so I have a little mini muffin tin, and then I had these little liners. So I'll make a few. We'll make some mini ones. All right. So again, it's just the same process. Because you're right, Daniel, because people are going to be wondering where are all the treats after.
Yeah. You treat people at Queen Elizabeth Park too kindly that they begin to expect the treats. Oh, we should while we're filling those and banging on the counter, we should ask some of our newer, younger friends who are joining us, maybe some items that they might like to make in the future. So guys, if you're listening and this is your first time attending the program, feel free to unmute or write in the chat some things that you would like to see Chef Laura make in the future that we could all do together. And a question as well, how many mini ones do you think this recipe would make, Chef?
Sorry, say it one more time.
How many mini ones do you think this recipe would make?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Because even the filling, it's enough probably for about a good, I would say a good 2 dozen. Okay, let's see here. And this mix too, if you're not going to use it up right away, you can just pop it in the fridge.
Yeah, it sounds like some people are using different types of fillings, which sound really cool. Andy wrote that they're using cheesecake, and Elena wrote that they're using frozen strawberries.
Oh, yum.
Loving that for the, for those who want to avoid the gluten or the peanut. Those are awesome alternatives.
I'd love to see pictures of those. That looks amazing.
Even candy, yeah. I mean, hey. Kylie, are you doing biscotti? No, but that would be a cool one.
That would be an idea for if you guys if you
Oh, thank you. I'm reading these all as toppings, but you're right. Yeah, I think those were suggestions for what other people would like to do. Here, I'm thinking people are like, absolutely. I mean,
I'm like, wow, people are thinking outside the box. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Okay, so then if I'm reading that correctly, then the suggestions are to, I mean, I still think Elena's using frozen strawberries. But cheesecake, candy, biscottis.
Put icing sugar in with the cream cheese. Oh,
Oh, that was for the cheesecake.
the cheesecake, sorry.
Carrot muffins. That's another suggestion I just got. That was, yeah, carrot. I think I'm really hoping Food for Life gives us carrots next week. And maybe we can do carrot muffins or carrot cake next week. Kathy is suggesting focaccia bread.
Yeah, yeah, bread is a really fun thing to do. Is we need more than our time.
Our 45 minutes, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, you guys ready? These ones are ready. It's like the big reveal. So then when you're ready to go, then these just peel right off. Your liners. Just make sure you get all the paper, and then you've got a nice peanut butter cup.
That looks awesome.
Yay! So this one has a little bit of the peanut butter showing. Let's crack this baby open. Whoops. Oh my gosh.
I just saw someone nearly lick their camera. That was careful out there. Can't be too careful with germs.
That's right. So yeah, so these look so nice. I'll show you. So this one, just a little bit of the peanut butter showing, but pretty good. And I could tell when I was actually snapping mine a little bit, mine, my bottom chocolate has tempered quite nicely. Have a little bit of a snap.
Nice.
Okay, I'll save these, and then maybe I'll just do a few of the mini ones just so you guys can see. How's everybody doing? Has anybody taken theirs out of the fridge or the freezer?
Just going to gallery mode, seeing anyone got any close to finished product they're ready to show off? Elena's shaking her head.
Not yet.
In the it's like in the I just put it in the fridge
The fridge, okay.
just now.
Perfect.
Oh, Becky's
Oh,
got it.
Becky, looking good.
Are those the cheesecake ones? What is?
Is it white?
These
Oh, those are
just
the
white
Easter eggs.
chocolate.
Oh,
White
white
chocolate.
chocolate. Nice.
Nice.
I
Okay.
I literally just saw a teenager like sneaking over her shoulder, probably just gonna absolutely clean that tray out.
That's awesome. Okay, so with my peanut butter in my little mini one, so I'll just, sorry, I'm gonna hold the tray and pipe at the same time. It's not my, so see, it's a little bit easier to,
Yeah, it looks smoother.
you know what I mean? So you can do a lot at one time. So let me just bang these ones out. Try not to make too much noise. Okay,
That's
So
okay,
I'm
there's
just
no one in
gonna-
the community center.
I'm just gonna go for it. But usually you would let these kind of chill a little bit, but I'm just gonna go just so that we can see them before you guys go.
So while you're spooning that out, I see there's a few questions in the chat that I want to make sure we get to before we sign off.
Perfect.
One question about how do you temper chocolate?
So tempering chocolate, there's a couple different ways that you can temper chocolate. So first of all, you have to make sure that you have 100% pure chocolate, so not the compound wafers, and that it has to have cocoa butter in the ingredient list. Okay, so basically, the first way to temper chocolate, which is the easiest way to temper chocolate, is in the microwave actually. So that one, you would have your finely, oops, okay, I'll put this back in the freezer. Thank you. So you have your finely chopped chocolate and you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time, stirring. And then you don't, when you have a dark chocolate, to temper it, you'll need a thermometer. So you don't want your melted chocolate to go over 90 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So you'd slowly melt your chocolate. And it takes it takes a bit of time and patience, okay? So then you're like, oh no, it went over 90 degrees Fahrenheit, what do I do? Then you can add some chopped up chocolate and stir it in, and you're gonna have to cool it down. So basically you'll cool it down to about, I would say about 95 degrees or so. And then you have to warm it back up to the desired temperature. So it's a little bit of a process. Then there's another method called seeding. So what that is that you use chopped chocolate. You use 2/3 in your pot for melting, and then you reserve 1/3 of your chocolate. So once your chocolate here has already melted, then you put in your unmelted chocolate in here to cool down your mix. And then you stir and you stir and you stir and you stir. And then once it cools down, so it kind of looks like a thick paste, then you warm it back up. It's a little bit of a process. So what we're doing is the molecules in the chocolate are kind of all over. And then what you're doing is when you have properly tempered chocolate, then your cocoa butter crystals will all come together. And then that's when you get that nice snap when you're eating a tempered chocolate.
And the next one is maybe an easy one. Maybe not. Any suggestions on what to do with the extra chocolate that's left over and all melted?
Oh, you know what you could do? You could make some chocolate bark. So if you have a piece of parchment paper, you can just put your melted chocolate on your parchment paper and then just smooth it out. And then you can put, if you have dried cranberries, or if you like nuts, or you can sprinkle some candies on there.
Yeah.
You can also
Mary Ellen's thinking the same thing. Just eat it.
just eat it with the spoon.
Yeah. So I want to, I see that some people have pulled their finished product out. Maybe before we sign off, we can, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying thank you and that it looks great, but I'd love to see people's finished products if they have it. Anyone have their product finished that they want to show on the screen? Oh, Kylie.
Oh, nice, with
Oh,
nuts
what is
on
that
top.
topping?
Nice.
Nice. Olivia, looks like you're working on
Oh,
something there.
beautiful.
Savannah, that looks great.
Awesome. Yum.
Well done.
Look at this. Elena, good job.
Mine isn't finished yet, but I wanted to show you before I sign off.
Oh my
Thank you,
gosh,
Elena.
that's amazing. You guys are going to be having some nice treats. Ooh, nice, Mary Ellen. Nice amount of peanut butter in there too.
Yeah, love that.
And I'll just show you the little mini ones too. Like how cute are these?
Very cute.
Very cute. So fun. Are yours
All right.
still
Sure,
need
go
more
ahead, Jeff.
time in the fridge, Alina?
One of them set.
Oh, good.
This one, but it's falling apart as I take the wrapper off.
Yeah, it might need to go back in the fridge or freezer for a couple more minutes. Kylie, how is it? Good? That's awesome.
Your screensaver should just be used stuffing sweets with the thumbs up. I feel like that's always.
Those
All right, guys,
cookies
well,
were
it's-
delicious.
Oh, excellent. It's 6:15, everyone. So I want to be conscious of everyone's time. And I know that this is precious to the time of the family. Is 5:30 till 6:15 is such a great time to share with your family. And we're so glad that you extended it to share with us. Any final questions or anything you want to share, Chef?
No, just enjoy.
All right. Well, there's so many thank yous and there's thumbs ups and the so goods and all that in the chat. Thank you guys so much for engaging with us this evening. And we hope you join us next week for what we believe will be carrot muffins. But nonetheless, we'll get those recipes up and we'll make sure that it's something delicious for us all to share. All right. Chef,
Absolutely.
you're host tonight, so you got to cancel it. You got to end the meeting.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Oh, hi, Hi, Ruby. Oh my gosh, that cute shirt. We had the exact same shirt.
My nephew has that shirt too.
It's so cute. Oh, look at those cheeks.
Hi, Bean.
You're like, Daddy.
Yeah.
Aww.
Ruby, can you blow a kiss? Mwah. That's a no. I should stop the recording.
Hi, Oma.